Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and the late uploads are back. I think this is going to go up at 6 p.m. PST, which is better than some of them have been. But like I said, you know, the Ask Class video will obviously be able to go up on YouTube, so that should go up at a normal time. The main reason that my videos tend to go up late it has to do with getting the review done, and also with the breach link I have to pretty much publish it right as it goes up, so it's like I can't just auto set the videos to publish at a certain time basically, because while the breach does have a thing, it doesn't really, it's sus. But the point is that with the videos that go directly on the channel, like Ruby and Assassination Classroom, I can more easily get those up at more of the time I want, whereas it's a bit more effort and sus to get the other videos up, and just for various reasons they've been going up late a lot lately, and this is another one. This is my blind commentary, blind reaction to Anastasia, by the way, if I didn't say that. The review to it, of course. Links are down below in the description. For the time being, I'm probably going to post... I'm still going to post as normal the breach link and the mega link, but then I'm also going to post, I think, the raw mega link, the big mega link, because normally I'd post the raw file on Streamable since I started using Streamable, and that was working out really well because you could view it and stuff. But if you guys are interested in the full, like, highest possible quality file that's really fucking big, I'll still put that on mega, and then I'll put the normal file I put on mega that's smaller. And so the raw file will be on Mega, and then the smaller one will also be on Mega, and then you'll have the Breach TV if you just want to stream it or whatever. Like I said, eventually we might look at another site, but right now I kind of have, but right now I'm not sure. For the time being, I'm just rocking with Breach and Mega, since I was like very content. Like I felt pretty good about the combo that I had of Breach, Mega, and Streamable, and I'm very good on Breach and Mega. I think for what I'm looking for, those two both work really well, and pretty much the only thing that's missing is just, you know, like I said, something like Streamable was perfect, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys don't mind too much, because there's really nothing I can do about it. But it is what it is, and I'm really enjoying the videos. It's fun, you know. This will be, I mean, of course, really late uploads included. I think this is our 4th video in a row. Because if I'm not mistaken, you know, Bake went up on Thursday, Ben 10 on Friday, Ruby on Saturday, and now Anastasia on Sunday, so it should be 4 videos in a row. Hopefully Ask Class will come up on Monday. The time I'm recording this review, I have not recorded it, but I do plan later tonight, after I watch some football, have some dinner, I will record Ask Class and Ruby, because I didn't actually get to recording Chapter 2 of Ruby on Saturday like I normally like to, so I'll be recording some Ask Class and Ruby on Sunday. And then Monday we'll start to kind of slowly work our way back to getting ahead of videos, because we kind of got a little ahead of videos and then it just kind of fell apart because of various things. But I'm going to start working to hopefully get ahead of videos again, which could be really fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But, you know, like record the double sets. So I have the next one in advance for that series, with the exception of Hunter, since the Hunter sets are pretty big anyways. I'm probably not going to get ahead of Hunter as much as the other series, but it's really fun stuff. Anastasia was a great movie, and it was a movie that I didn't have a lot to say about. I think this was one of the, and I say this a lot with the movie reactions, you guys really enjoy them, but I think this is another reason why I want to go down to 1 movie a month, is because I enjoy doing the movie videos, but I also think that there a lot of times I just don't have a lot to say about movies, and I think with movies it's like, unless they're like really weird and like really like avant-garde or really psychological or something, I you know, like the equivalent to like the shows that I like to talk about the most, I feel like with movies it's kind of just, because it's like one experience beginning to end, and you kind of can just enjoy it and go through the whole journey in, you know, 2 hours or an hour and a half or however long the film is. For me, I think it's harder, because I feel like a lot of the time it's not so much about like theorizing what I think's going to happen, even though I will say that a little bit, but it's more just, you know, because everything gets explained, you know, by the end, so it's a different experience. It's kind of hard for me to explain it, but at this point I'm pretty reacting to movies is normal for me. Like, I've reacted to a bunch of movies. It's not a odd experience, because for a while, even though I had done a lot of movies before doing the monthly movie polls and all that, it was still a little strange. But at this point, I've done so many movie reactions this year, you know, just doing the polls every month and having the monthly movies and all that, that it's gotten quite normal, and it just feels like another video that I do when I react to a movie. But I don't think I've ever fully I don't know, it's hard to explain, because that's the thing, right? The videos are natural, and they are blind reactions where I haven't seen the thing before, and I think that can sometimes be, I think for the most part, obviously, that's why the videos are good, of course, but I think, especially with the movies, it's really interesting, because it's, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's harder for me to commentate on the movies. Obviously, I react, just reactions, like, reactions are just, oh, like, you know, whatever, I'm reacting to the film, that's all supernatural, but I feel like with commentary, it's a little harder with movies, at least for me, and I don't fully know how to explain that, but I think it's an interesting phenomenon that I've noticed. I don't know if you guys agree with me, because, again, half the time I think I thought, oh, that was an okay video. I don't really ever think, oh, that video was shit. I never think, like, oh, you guys aren't gonna like it, but I do kind of think, like, that one was alright, that one was fine. And then sometimes, occasionally, I'll think, damn, that video was probably really good. Like, you guys are probably really gonna enjoy my reactions to whatever, you know. Like, I always think, like, my Steins Gate videos were always, like, really good, because I felt like I was so invested, and I think it came through in both my commentary and my reactions. And of course, I mean, I've been very invested in most of the series I've done, and even and you know, at minimum, I've been, you know, engaged and focused at the very least, if not, like, just completely fucking losing my shit. But yeah, this is kind of the thing. I'm just kind of going on a random tangent about, like, movie reactions and various things, because I don't fully know what to say about the movie. Anastasia was a great movie, you know. It was one that early on I thought was really cool conceptually, but I wasn't sure what I thought of it for a while. And it was a bit awkward for a bit for me, but by the end, or even really by the middle, I really liked the movie, and by the end, I really loved the movie. So it was a really cool movie. It felt like a classic. I guess it is a classic, because it's as old as me, and I am a relic, so clearly this movie is a relic too. It looked interesting. I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about the way the film looked. I think it looked good, all things considered. Like, I obviously wouldn't want a movie that came out in 2020 to look like that. But, you know, again, considering the movie came out in 1997, it's hard to really hate on the way it looked. And I did kind of like this art style, though, because I'm a big fan of, like, old school animation, and especially with Japan. I think old school anime films especially, but even old school just anime period, looks so cool, which is why I want to eventually react to more 90s anime, maybe even 80s anime, and, like, old school stuff. But again, most of those things aren't, like, super mainstream, and aren't really the type of stuff that, like, a lot of you guys want me to react to. So I'm going to try and balance it. I think it's going to be one of those things where, you know, I probably will try to, you know, down the line after we're done with Monogatari and all that, or caught up to Monogatari, I think it's going to be a thing where I'm going to try to do, because obviously I'm going to be doing 3 anime slots at a time, and basically one of them is kind of, the idea is, like, the long anime, and those long anime are all going to be mainstream, you know, Hunter x Hunter currently, JoJo after that, but a lot of them are really mainstream. And then for the other 2 anime, you know, I want to do another one that's, you know, at least semi-mainstream, if not very mainstream, depending on what it is. But I think, you know, one of those slots is going to be a bit more rogue, and a lot of times I think older anime, because there are quite a few older anime that are on my list, and I've only watched, I think, on the channel I've watched 2, and in my life, I think I've only watched, like, 3 or 4 anime that are before the 2000s. Because obviously Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, and I've watched Gunbuster. But I've watched very little, like, pre-2000s anime outside of movies, because I've watched quite a few pre-2000s anime films. I've watched Princess Mononoke, which was, I believe, 97. It might have been 95. I think it was 97. I watched Grave of the Fireflies, which I want to say was like 89 or something. Castle in the Sky was pre-2000s. That might have been 89. One of them, I think, was like 89. But I've watched like a fair few anime films from that era and really enjoyed a lot of them. And I just love the style and like the way that anime was made back then. But it goes to animation too on the Western side. You know, I love old school animated films. But that's the thing. I just love animation in all forms. I love old animation, new animation, everything in between, really. So it's not really that complicated or anything, but it's just a fun little tangent that really had very little, if anything, to do with Anastasia, other than the fact that Anastasia was a pretty old film. But art style-wise, it was kind of like I had mixed feelings on it, but overall, I like those type of movies, and I really enjoyed Anastasia. I thought it was a great movie. So anyways, Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.